Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time being here, thank you so much. Thank you for spending your time here with me. My ultimate intention and my greatest desire is to help you see yourself for the ultimate truth that you are, which is a powerful being. And if you are not relating to yourself as a powerful being, then you are not being your true self. And this is the subject that me and my team want to talk about today, in terms of what it means to be empowered, what it means to embody our own true essence, our own power. And also what stands in the way in terms of our shadows that are preventing us from seeing this truth that we are. So if you are wanting to feel more empowered, if you are wanting to experience more of life, if you are wanting to express yourself in more expanded ways, then I hope that this transmission is going to help you do just that. My intention is that this information will help alleviate some of the doubts you have about yourself in terms of being a powerful being, having a human experience. And although human experience can often feel very disempowering, feeling disempowered does not mean that we are not power or that we are not powerful. It simply means that we are not embodying the essence of our true power. And therefore, if we are not embodying this true power, this essence of true power, this awareness, this frequency, then we will effectively feel and often become very disempowered. But you cannot be without your power. You exist because you are power. That is the very essence of your existence, is that you are eternally an eternal being that was created by a powerful force. And you are very much a part of that force. Knowing that, accepting that, embodying that, simply means it's to know your true essence. And when we begin to embody this true essence, when we begin to experience this power from within, we then effectively become powerful creators. But we are powerful creators anyway. We powerfully create each and every day. Our power is always at our disposal. It's only that we see ourselves or this power in limited ways, and therefore we limit our expression of this power, and therefore we create limited experiences. If you've ever asked yourself this question, am I powerful? Am I really that powerful? Is the ultimate truth that I am power? And the answer is yes. Then you are already at least beginning to accept this power and hopefully embody this power. On the other hand, if the answer is no, then what you are simply saying is that you are not in agreement with this essence, that you are powerful, that you are power. And your exchange with this power will be limited, thereby limiting your experiences. So what is empowerment, you might ask? I'm going to read some things to you that were channeled to me just before I turned on the camera. A lot of this information came from what calls itself the Council of Nine, whose role is to help us humans experience more of our unlimitedness. And by doing so, we co-create a much greater experience on this planet called Earth. The more we experience powerfully, or the more we express powerfully, the more we as human consciousness become more empowered, more powerful. But again, it's not that we are not powerful already, because we use this power each and every day. What I mean by that is we begin to truly embody this unlimitedness of this power, rather than expressing it in limited ways. So if you are new to this channel, thank you for being here. Chances are you have been asking, seeking, hoping for some information that will help you achieve this empowered state. Information that will ultimately allow you to express this powerfulness more to your ability. And again, it's not that you are not able to express this power, because you are expressing your power every day. But again, generally speaking, we humans express this power in limited ways. And that's because we are filtering this power through our limitations, our perceived limitations. What does it mean, perceived limitations? It simply means that we perceive ourselves in limited ways. And that is pretty much a standard human condition. We are here to experience life to the fullest within a certain level of limitation that we have as part of the experience of being a human. If we wanted to experience our true unlimitedness, we would not be choosing the experience of being a human. Our human bodies will not be able to contain this unlimitedness within it. It would simply destroy the physical structure. However, within the experience of humanness, which is in certain ways limited to some degree, we can expand our consciousness, and even within the limitations of being a human, we can express ourselves in far more unlimited ways. If you are desiring to experience more of that in your own life, if you are wanting to express yourself more powerfully and you're not sure how to do it, how to get it, if you are feeling like you would need some extra help, myself as Joanna and my team would be absolutely honored to help you do just that. So if you are ever looking for someone or someones to help you fulfill your own life in more expanded ways, then I would be honored to be part of your unfoldment. That information is down below. And of course, a lot of this information that you are seeking is presented through my own connection with the universe, so that I can bring forth information that will help you do just that. But sometimes we need a little helping hand. Sometimes we need a facilitator to help us put all this information into practice and to help us achieve and therefore experience a different perspective. If you are a regular subscriber, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for being part of this human experience in elevating our own human consciousness, because your own power is part of this experience. It's part of this human experience. You coexist with what is, and therefore, by coexisting, you share your power with all that is around you. So if you share your power in limited ways, this limited ways of expressing your power will also affect everything and everyone, of course, including yourself. So let me read this to you. What is empowerment? Empowerment simply means to know the truth. What is the ultimate truth? The ultimate truth is that you are a powerful being, and with each and every breath, you are creating your beliefs as your reality. Essentially, our identity is made up of beliefs. You believe yourself to be a certain way, a certain individual. You assign to yourself a certain perspective. And through this perspective, you see yourself and you see the world. And there are infinite number of different perspectives. You could see yourself in so many different ways. You can perceive yourself in so many different ways. So essentially, to become an empowered person, to embody your own innate power, you have to see or change, how you see yourself. You have to shift your limited perception of you in order to allow you to see yourself for the more that you are right now in this moment. The saying, that which you seek you already are, is absolutely true. It is absolutely true. And that's because whatever it is that you are seeking in terms of more or empowerment, you are that already. And the only reason why you may not be seeing this as your truth, as your own truth and collective truth, is because there are some things standing in your way of seeing this truth. We often refer to these inner truths as belief systems, and certainly your shadows. Your limited perception of yourself is tied directly to the limited views you have of you. In other words, if you are being the limited being that you see or perceive yourself to be, you will absolutely experience your life, your experiences, your lived experiences, as limited. Cannot be any other way. What's within, so without. So if we are wanting to change what is on the outside, we absolutely must look at what is on the inside that is creating our current outside. In other words, who are we being in this moment now that is reflective in our own experience as a collective and as individual? And you have to be able to see the correlation with that in order to assume your power in order to truly see your power at work. To realize that your power is working each and every day within you. You are working with it. You are just not necessarily working with it consciously. And of course, you choosing to not see yourself as a powerful being is certainly you creating a less than fully powerful experience, or empowered experience, I should say. What stands between you and the ultimate truth is often your shadow. Shadow is a subject we often talk about because shadow represents our limitations, our perceived limitations. And those limitations, the ones which we believe in, we express out into the world. In other words, our inner confinement creates our outer confinement. So if you are feeling that you are living in a prison, as a metaphor, then we have to look at what inner prison is your experience created out of. What inner prison is expressing to you your outer prison? If you are stuck in your life about something, then we must look at what is on the inside that is making you feel stuck. What is this stuckness consisting of? What's in the way? What's blocking your view of seeing more than you are? And anything we practice with consistency, we begin to believe in. In other words, if you consistently practice feeling and believing that you are disempowered, that becomes your pattern. If everyone in the world practices living life through their shadows of limitations, then that becomes the collective consciousness. Effectively, we learn to live in our shadows. And to live in our shadows simply means we hide. We hide from all that is. Why would we want to hide from all that is? For one of the concepts that's coming up and we often talk about is the idea of unworthiness. Many, if not most people in the world, at the very depth of who they are, feel they are unworthy of love or are in fear of not being loved. But how can you not be loved when you come from love? You are love yourself. You are that which you are seeking. Literally. If you are practicing feeling less than, you will create a pattern of practicing being less than and consequently expressing that into your experience. And therefore your experience will feed back to you the idea that you are in fact less than or unworthy. In other words, you create your own truth. What you believe is what you will experience. And many people have it backwards. Many say, I'll see it when I believe it, or I believe it when I see it, pardon me. And it's actually the other way around. What you believe is what you will see. So then question then becomes, what are you seeing in your world? What are you experiencing in your world that is not according to what you want to see or experience? What is not working to the degree that you want it to work? What is being expressed more of, but you would like to express something else instead? And expressing it is the key. It's the key to understanding you as a powerful being. And what that simply means is that you express who you are into the world, thus creating your experiences. And you must recognize this within you. If we fail to recognize this within ourselves, collectively and individually, we are in denial of the ultimate truth, and we are in denial of our inherent power. Even though we are powerfully creating every single day, albeit in limited ways. So, are you an empowered being? Of course you are. You cannot be anything other than an empowered being. Do you believe that you are an empowered or powerful being? That's a question each and every one of you, each and every one of us has to ask ourselves. And to deny the fact that you are a powerful being is to denying your true self, your true essence. You cannot be anything other than the truth that you are, which is power. Okay? Now, you as an identity may not see that about yourself. That's why we talk about shadows. Shadows, or your shadows, which are rooted in fear, is what prevents you seeing yourself, experiencing yourself, and expressing yourself as a powerful being. You express to the world that which you believe, collectively and individually. And collective is made up of many individuals. So the collective vibration is very much tied to our own individual vibration. If a lot more people vibrate at a certain vibration, higher vibration, and not in a vibration of lack or fear, then ultimately the entire human consciousness will begin to vibrate at that rate. And that higher vibration, that higher frequency is more congruent with the truth of all that is. And being in this vibration, experiencing, expressing this vibration is ultimately going to shift what we project out into the world. And therefore, ultimately, what we experience as human species living on planet Earth. I'm going to read something to you that came through before I started to record this video. Like I mentioned, this is from the Council of Nine. Practicing self-realization is a process by which you get to know your true self and the potential that lies within it. Your understanding of yourself proves this power to you. How? By recognizing that each and every moment of your life, you are co-creating with the universe powerful exchanges of energies which support your ultimate growth as a soul within a human body. What's within, so without. Without this understanding of yourself, your stability cannot be met according to your wishes. To be a human being means to be and to become more of who you are already. expressing as the self with an ego identity. Proving yourself correct is not the answer. Instead, prove to yourself that yes, you can. Be more and experience more than your current level of mortal confinement. Basically, what this means is that you, as the creator that you are, constantly and continually place certain conditions upon yourself, which ultimately define your chosen experience. What we mean by this is this: be more than the conditions you place on yourself, as in, practice being more than what you deem yourself to be. If you begin to practice being the richness that you are and that you are seeking, then soon enough the corresponding vibration will bring a match as your experience. What does it mean to practice being richness? It simply means to recognize that what is within cannot be without of you unless you believe that which you are. If you believe in the richness that is foundationally part of your being, then this beingness cannot show up any other way in your life other than an expression of richness. Belief is the key. Believe it, and then you will see it and experience it. Remove the blocks that overshadow your inherent richness. By removing the blocks, we simply mean become aware of those blocks and consciously decide to realize your power to become more than the blocks that are overshadowing your inherent richness. When we see you as light, we see you as the potential that you are. We see the significance that is you. We don't see you as the limitations you put on yourself, although we do recognize these limitations are now part of your human experience. Yet we continue to work with you, the human collective, in order so that you can recognize in you what we see in you. Basically, our job, if you will, is to help you ask the right questions so we can present you with the corresponding solutions. Without you asking the question, we cannot offer you an assistance. By asking questions, you are becoming more open to a new potential in terms of your experience. However, the type of question you ask makes a difference in terms of what the answer you will receive. Since we cannot tell you what to do, or we are not willing to play that role in your life, we simply ask that your question be congruent with what you are trying to receive or experience. In other words, don't ask the question, why is this happening? Instead ask, what can I gain from this experience that will elevate my overall understanding of myself? For this is truly why we are here with you right now, to help you gain a greater understanding of yourself as the true nature that you are. Your purpose isn't so much to experience, but rather to recognize yourself through your experience and what you are capable of creating. Creation is at the core of who you are. You are here to create conditions by which you will understand yourself as part of the process of creation. It matters little who you are unless your belief in it is not present. Your guidance at this point is to help you find a resolution of your inner beingness that for many is rooted in internal conflict. Who you are is simple. You are a creation of Source, and you possess the inherent ability to create at will. What you choose to do with this understanding now is up to you. You can accept it, you can believe it, not believe it, and not accept it, and everything in between. However, what you choose to do with it will define your very own experience. With that said, when you begin to practice the richness that you are, you elevate the game of life to a new level. One that is more in alignment with the creator source that is a part of you. Repetition of same beliefs create the same experiences as ones that were created with such belief in the first place. So I asked the question, what is needed right now? What does humanity need to know right now? What is important for humans to understand with regards to everything that was said about empowerment, our true power, our true nature? What came up was consistency. What you practice daily becomes your experience. Pretty straightforward. Change what you are practicing, and you will create a new experience that corresponds to what you are practicing. There comes a point where, in order to change our experiences, we first need to realize that we are powerful creators and that we are big part of co-creating our experiences, and that's a fact. The non-recognition of that fact keeps our power dormant, to use that analogy. Okay. If we practice this understanding with consistency, then there is absolutely no way that we will elevate our consciousness, because by practicing the denial of our true self, that by practicing the denial of our true power, we cannot become the powerful creators, even though we are powerful creators already. We cannot truly embody this powerfulness. But again, it's a bit of a contradiction. We create with our power each and every day. You are a powerful ass creator. There's no way around that. It is the denial of such power that keeps us stuck. That keeps us stuck in limited ways. So what we need to do as individual and as a collective is we need to start practicing with consistency more empowering thoughts. That's because thoughts define your very experience. You are who you think you are. There was a saying that was given to me a couple of days ago, and I'm going to read this to you because it was so simple yet so true. You are exactly who you tell yourself you are being. That which you are seeks you. So we might want to ask ourselves this question. Who are we being right now, in this moment, in the now? Who are you being? What truth are you living out right now? What inner truth are you powerfully expressing out into your life, creating your own experiences? And you must, absolutely must, acknowledge the fact that you are powerfully creating, co-creating your experiences. To fail to recognize that is denial of your power of creation. In other words, in order to experience a different reality in our own personal lives as a collective, we must acknowledge that we are creating our current reality very powerfully. Perhaps in limited ways, yes, but we are creating our reality in limited ways very powerfully. We must be able to see that. Without recognition of such, there can be no powerful change. It cannot happen. You cannot seek something that you are not willing to embody. You can't. You have to embody that which you are seeking. If you are seeking more prosperity in your personal life, whatever that may mean to you, you must become that vibration of such prosperity. You must embody this vibration, this prosperity within you. It has to be in every cell of your body and in every bone. Without that, you are simply pretending. You're not really being, you are pretending. And this is not a judgment, by the way. It's just that's how things work. If you are not embodying the truth that you are power, then you must be embodying something else. If you are not embodying the truth of who you are, then you are in denial of that truth. Which means if you are in denial of that truth, then that means whatever you are being is you are pretending. You are essentially trying to be something you are not. You cannot be a disempowered person. You can feel as a disempowered person based on the limitations you put on yourself. But you cannot exist without your inherent power. You're it, baby. You're it. The power that you are seeking, the empowerment that you are seeking is you. It is you that you are ultimately seeking. That is the truth. So, what are you seeking right now? Are you seeking a more expanded experience in your own personal life? Then you have to become that expansion within your body. There is no other way. What you perceive about yourself is what you will project. And the universe will match that frequency accordingly. You see, the universe always gives you what you believe. If you believe something different than what you want, the universe cannot give you what you want because it's not a match in vibration. That doesn't mean that you can't be mad once in a while or you can't be ticked off. But if your overall vibration is high, then the universe is going to bring you matching frequency that is corresponding to your frequency, and it will be matched by your 3D experiences. Alternatively, if the opposite is true, if you are vibing at a vibration of fear or lack, and once in a while you have a positive thought, but then you go back to this lack vibration, the universe cannot give you more than what you are being. It cannot happen. There is no congruency. I just heard there is no God's will, it's your will. Okay? God's will is for you to see your true self, to recognize your own potential, to see yourself as the unlimited being that you are. That is what God's will is, whatever you deem God to be. And let's not forget, you are part of that God self, source, universe, whatever name you want to give it. You are part of that. You can never be separate from it. You're in relationship to it, albeit in your own unique way. So perhaps you might want to look at your relationship to source. What is your relationship to the power that you come from, to the power that has created you? What is your relationship with it? Do you believe it? Do you trust it? Do you know it? To know it is to know yourself. To know God is to know yourself. That is what it means, know thyself. And I am not religious person. These are the words that are just flowing through for us to consider. Many people have heard this term, know thyself, love thyself. To know yourself simply means that you are an unlimited potential having an experience through a human body. And within that humanness, within that human experience, you can experience a lot of richness. What we express out of ourselves is up to us. Can someone force you to express something that you're not? Cannot happen. You cannot express something that is not part of you or that you are in denial of. If you are in denial of your true self, then you cannot express your true self out into the world. You cannot share the light and the powerfulness that you are. And again, it's not that you are not being this powerfulness. You cannot exist without this power. You're it, baby. You're it. Is that again, your denial of it puts you in a position where you express this power in limited ways. So the question then becomes, do you choose to continue to express yourself in limited ways? If the answer is yes, by all means, do it powerfully. If the answer is no, then the next question is, what do I need to change about the way I see myself as in order to experience something different? You cannot be that which you are not embodying. You cannot be that which you are not embodying. You cannot express love if you are being anger or fear. Does that mean that love is not part of you? Of course it is. You are part of love. The essence of unconditional love at its highest frequency is all there is. And everything is expression of that in gazillion different ways. In other words, you are an expression of divine love. You're it, baby. You're it. The choice is yours. Do you choose to see yourself as that, or do you choose to see yourself as a limited being? Do you choose believe in your limitations more so than your unlimitedness? That's a choice. But in order for you to make that choice, you have to first see a choice exists. Which means you have to be able to recognize that there is more than one perspective. There's more than one way of you seeing yourself. There is more than one way of you recognizing yourself. There is more than one way of seeing the world. There's more than one way of looking at your situations. There's more than one way of relating to someone or something. There's always more ways of seeing or perceiving. The question is, how do you choose to see or perceive yourself and your experiences? Always be mindful that what you believe about yourself is likely what you will share with the world. If you believe yourself to be as lack, and you believe in that consistently, then you will be in a pattern of sharing yourself in lackful ways with the rest of the world. Or, in other words, you will express yourself in as limitations. Okay? Each and every individual has the inherent power to change who they are. I cannot change you. Only you can change you. And hence the beautiful title that was given to me earlier today. You are your best medicine. You know who can heal you? You. You are the one who will heal you. And you know how you will heal you? By realizing there is nothing to heal. You're not broken. You're not less than. You're not disempowered. There is nothing to heal. What there is to do is recognizing our own limited perceptions. The moment you recognize your limited perception, the moment you realize the perception of your limitation is not you, you're taking back your power. You are your best friend or your worst enemy. You decide how you want to envision, see, or perceive yourself. And always remember, the truth will set you free. That's why to know the truth is so powerful. That's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this transmission. I very much enjoyed it. If you would like to have a session with me and my team, that information is down below. If you would like to see what's coming up for you for 2023, I did each zodiac sign predictions at the beginning of this year. There's a link down below. If you would like to be on Joanna's mailing list, where you will get a whole bunch of other free goodies and promo codes for various things and anything that I offer outside of YouTube, there's a link down below. I would absolutely love for you to subscribe to this channel, to like this channel, to watch this video in its entirety. It helps the YouTube algorithm to place this material, this content at the top of people's lists. And I truly believe that at the end of the day, my job is to share higher knowledge with others. And the purpose of that is to set ourselves free. So the more people have this knowledge, the more people have the choice to set themselves free. And I have not met one person in my life that said, I do not want to be free. It generally doesn't happen. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you soon. Have yourself a wonderful week and much love.